President of South Sudan Football Association, Mr. Gigi Maiti, the CEO of Tristar Group, Mr. Robert, the Chairperson of the Marketing and Investment in South Sudan Football Association, Mr. Ravi, the Country Director for Tristar, our guest, Media House. That welcome you here in this short and brief press statement from our President, General Agostino, and the CEO of the Tristar after they had a successful meeting where they agreed on some points that we talk more about them. So without wasting much time, I think we go to Mr. President, we welcome his guest and his press statement.
This opportunity on the behalf of South Sudan Football Association to welcome Mr. Eugene Main, the CEO group of Tristar, who is visiting South Sudan. It is really a pleasure and a privilege for SSFA to have the CEO of Tristar Group in the headquarters of South Sudan Football Association. We are delighted to welcome you here with your team. The Revanish, who has been here with us, the country director of Tristar of South Sudan, and all the staff of Tristar. You are most welcome to South Sudan Football Association headquarters. In fact, we are having official meeting with Tristar. Tristar, of course, has been the main sponsor for South Sudan Football Association for almost 4 years. And he came as a part of visit and business. And we discussed a lot of challenges related to his sponsorship before the Tristar were sponsoring part of activities of South Sudan Football Association. Per annum was 100,000 USD, of which we appreciate it very highly. It has contributed to development of football in South Sudan. However, in this meeting, we discussed issues to do with the sponsorship, issues to do with other relation aspects, especially issues to do to sponsorship of Premier League, issues to do with inter-schools, and issues to do with youth football development, and even issues to do with infrastructures, that is to translate to artificial turf, improving the pitches for our players. However, in all the discussion, we have found out that Eugene, the chief executive officer of the group of Tristar, is much committed in supporting the football in South Sudan in aspect that he realized in his experience that football can unite the people of the country, can build peace, can also be a dream for the youth, as well as can be also something to create lives in human being, and especially for the youth. And it was very commendable statement from him, because these are part of the objectives of why countries develop football, is to answer so many issues that are facing the society. Of course, a human being need to have, and especially the youth, the children need to play, and also everybody need to have a recreation, a fun, and at the same time, you know, wherever we don't have peace, football is a symbol of peace, a symbol of unity, because it talks a language of a team. It talks a language of people who love football, and is actually a solidarity of the world, and therefore is also a solidarity of society. And therefore, In all this, we conclude, we raise challenges on regards to sponsorship, and we agreed that he is going to increase the sponsorship from 100 to 250,000 per annum, and this will start as this end, probably in August, and from August, and then this exclude other activities that may come up, like sponsorship for Premier League and also inter-schools competition, which is related also to youth development, and other kinds of small things, activities that we may be engaged. So our department or our committee of marketing and investment will, with the country director here, will be engaged in other small things of cooperation and mutual benefits in order for us to see that football is developed in South Sudan and football lifted to another next level. So with this lead, I'm urging all the private sector, if we take this spirit of Tristar, and I think football and sport in South Sudan can go to next level. So I'm taking this opportunity to urge the private sector to come in. There is room for everybody. There's room for private sector to really contribute and develop and let their children be happy and let their children go to next level. We are now to group stages of AFCON, and we are wishing that our private sector come in, whether it is a national private sector, whether it is foreign private sector. All of you belong to corporate of South Sudan, and therefore you have your national team, you have your children who are playing in a league, you have your children who are playing at grassroots level, you have your daughters and sisters who are playing also at different levels, to come in and support them so that we grow. And this, when we develop football, will make us proud of ourselves, and will be a national pride to all of us. And again, I want to reiterate, Mr. Eugene, I commend your coming. It's a good gesture for you to be here, and I wish you a pleasant stay in South Sudan, and I wish you a safe journey back to your headquarters, and our relation will continue with all this understanding. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. President, for your very kind words. I think it is fair to say, but as far as all of us are concerned, all of us in this room are concerned, today we are laying the seeds for South Sudan to win the African Nations Cup by 2024. And by that I mean, and I would like to send a message to all the private sector companies operating in South Sudan and who have been operating here for the last several years to rally around this national effort and to come forward to help us make this wish come true. I have no doubt in my mind that with the kind of talent displayed by South Sudan, as we've seen recently in the recent Africa Nations Cup, that they have the potential. All they need is a little bit of luck and that extra effort, which we as private sector companies, you have the Football Association to do a major task in building that team, but we as the private sector can come forward to extend our support, making sure we have infrastructure in place to promote football at a grassroots level, and also to enable people and youngsters to play football throughout the year. We know that during monsoon seasons, most of the football playing comes to a halt. So we have to look at ways how we can ensure that the youth here can play football all year round. And this is something I discussed with the President, and this is something that we will also look to take forward. Having said that, we as a company have been working in South Sudan for more than nearly coming up to 20 years, and we feel that we are part. I mean, we know that we are welcomed with open arms here. We've always been welcomed, even though we're a foreign company, by the local authorities, the local governments, And I must say, we feel very comfortable, especially that we have so many expatriates working here. And in the 20 years, we've never had any incident with any of our staff. And everybody who has come here has been able to work and even retire peacefully. And this is the great thing about the country and the country's leadership, who have provided that conducive environment for people to be able to come here and for businesses to come here. This is a natural resource-rich country, South Sudan. It needs just the potential, and with the kind of technology that's available today, I think the potential to take South Sudan is immense. And we have two avenues of promoting our community development initiatives, and one is through sport, which we are doing with the president and the Football Association here, and the other is through education, where we're already running schools. We're teaching about 500 plus children on the education, giving them the latest, especially computer education, to make them computer literate. And we will continue that arm, because we are very much convinced that sport and education will foster good relationships and is a good peace-building initiatives that will bring people together rather than driving them apart. We look forward to a very successful association with Mr. President and the South Sudan Football Association to take football here to greater heights. Thank you very much. Thank you.